Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk on your favorite channel, Huda TV. Please, you guys, don't forget to continue to support Huda TV in every way possible. It truly is a light in every home. I believe it is the pioneer and the premier English language channel. And always forget, no matter what different faces you see on this channel, people come and go, presenters come and go, even the Islamic scholars we have here, they come and go. But truly, support this channel because this channel is working for the sake of Allah and to deliver the message of Islam. And no one person should dominate this screen or be bigger than this channel. In fact, this channel is for the sake of Allah. So please share it on Facebook at www.facebook.com/HudaTV. Like it and share it with your friends and your non-Muslim friends. It's a great tool for dawah. Don't forget YouTube, www.youtube.com/HudaTV. You can watch online streaming now if you're down in Nigeria or Guinea-Conakry or any country that doesn't have the satellite signal. You can watch the online streaming there and also watch and enjoy the uploaded videos as well. Don't forget our Twitter page as well. And basically every program does have an email. As you know, this one is talk@huda.tv. So email me your thoughts, your opinions, your feedback, your suggestions for future episodes, and we would certainly be appreciated and obliged to respond to you, inshallah. You guys, this topic for this episode is, what is your goal? What is my goal? What is the guest's goal? What is our goal in life, you guys? What are we working towards? We don't want to be just on a treadmill going nowhere fast. We don't want to be on a treadmill going nowhere fast. We want to have a goal. So what should that goal be? So really, I'm addressing this topic to the youth, as well as adults as well, but really the youth. You have your life in front of you, inshallah, so we have to determine now, what is your goal in life in order to achieve it and to be a productive Muslim, inshallah. So considering those things, let me just start by going to my right, letting my four distinguished guests introduce themselves, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, young man. I want you to start, as usual, by introducing yourself. I know you've been on Let's Talk a couple times now, but tell the viewers a little bit about yourself if they're just tuning in.
Okay, my name is Yusuf Salhin. I'm 21. I'm originally from Abu Egypt.
Great.
Almenia.
Great.
I grew up in Cairo. I study Islamic studies in English.
Okay, great. What level are you in? Where do you study?
Yeah, I study Islamic studies in English in Al-Azhar University.
Okay, and how many more years do you have?
I still have this year and the next year.
So, brother, let me just ask you briefly, why did you pick Islamic studies in English?
Because I've been inspired by my parents.
Great.
My dad is like a professor in comparative religion, and my mom is an English teacher.
Great.
So I love pursuing both things.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. It's always good, I believe, to push yourself. I learned that by living here in the Middle East, man. We have to set a goal. We have to push ourselves to accomplish something for the sake of Allah. So I like how you put together the language skills and the Islamic knowledge, and we can do something with it, inshallah. Brother, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm called Abdullah Amir. I'm 23 years old. I'm a senior student. I have one more semester left.
Great.
One more semester left to finish simultaneous interpretation
at
Al-Azhar University.
But you're originally from Brazil, right?
No.
Because you got that yellow sweater, you look like a soccer player.
Yeah, but
But tell me about your organization, and we're going to do a show on it, inshallah, called Spread Your Skills. Go ahead.
Inshallah. Spread Your Skills is like one of the very first and most active and professional student activity at Al-Azhar University. We're aiming to improve and add our touch, on the students themselves, like trying to improve their education system, trying to improve, the way they see their life. For instance, most of our university, they come from Upper Egypt, north of Egypt, all these places. They didn't know anything about the market, the labor market, and how to improve themselves, how to write a CV, improve their skills, presentation skills, negotiation skills, how to present Islam, and all these things. So we're trying to do our best to give free sessions, workshops, high educational programs for them for free, just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And alhamdulillah, we succeeded so much. This is our third year, alhamdulillah.
Great.
We did a great job, especially 2 months ago, we did something called SYS Days, which is about entrepreneurship week. About how to start your own project, how to start your idea, and the importance of vision, all these things. So this briefly I have a lot to do, I have a lot to say about this.
Brother, how can they contact you? Do you have a Facebook page?
For sure, www.facebook.com/SYS2011.
So basically you're teaching graduates and people that haven't graduated yet how to take this knowledge and accomplishment and achievement of being a graduate of a prestigious university.
How to spread their skills.
Yeah, how to apply this, right?
Yeah, how to apply this in a real life, because we have lots of theoretical studies. But the practical ones, they're like this.
Right.
So we're trying to give them examples, trying to give them a push, motivate them, encourage them, to help them, to do this, show them the way first. Right. Alhamdulillah, last year, alhamdulillah, lots of people joined, multinational companies because of, we were one of the reasons. Alhamdulillah, they're trying to be call center agents, or sales, or doing this and this and this. We just showed them the way and encouraged them, and they completed, and they succeeded, alhamdulillah. So this is our role in society. This is your life. What's your life? Helping people, doing this, being the proactive one. one.
Right.
all this.
How many people come to you without a clear goal? How many youth come to you? They don't have a
Wallahi
goal.
many. يعني our sessions like at least like 200s like till like 550 like we have like the biggest capacity of like of the whole, a big hole. Sometimes
Right.
like we just like people ask us where's the session. We don't know, it's packed there. We cannot like accept anyone, like it's
Yeah,
totally
right.
packed. People are like sitting on the ground like doing all these things.
Right.
Alhamdulillah, like from 200 to 150. Alhamdulillah, that these days we're planning to expand this
Great.
to like 1,200
Great.
a session.
Yeah.
Not just like the whole semester. This is
Yeah.
like the only one session. We have more than 17 sessions a semester.
Oh, great. MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, great.
So,
Thank you, brother.
alhamdulillah. May Allah help us. Help all of the team. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brother, go ahead. I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself, what you're doing here at the studio. What can you share with us about this topic, inshallah? Introduce yourself to the viewers a little bit.
Well, first of all, assalamu alaikum. My name is Yasser Lashkar. I'm from Alexandria. I'm 22 years old. I was living in India. I worked there for a while, and then I came to Egypt to study. And right now, my goal in life is to be involved more in Islamic studies and be aware of my surroundings, like the whole world. You should know everything that is going on. You should not be just sitting back at your home, waiting for time to pass by. That's the worst killer to your soul and body. You have to keep going, energetic, that's my goal. That's what I want to do, really.
And I wanted to just share with you and thank you and share with the viewers. Maybe a month ago, we did a program called Book Review together. It was 4 episodes.
It was about
and it was wonderful because you came here. You took 4 hours to get here. You did it for the sake of Allah, completely for free, and it was a beneficial program. So you had a goal. You contacted us, I believe.
That's
you
right.
had a goal, and we achieved the goal, and we put those episodes on Facebook, and I believe they got a good viewership.
Yeah, that's
so we want
right,
to thank you
that's
for
right.
that. So that goes to show you, set a goal and do something. You could have just stayed home in Alexandria
Exactly.
and read that book and not did anything, but instead you filmed with us, and we benefited from it.
Actually, I took around like 3 years to, ever since the book came out, I intended to translate the book, and I was on it.
That's nice.
But at the time, I didn't have a good English.
Right.
So I was just working on improving my skills, improving my English, my translation.
And that was
I
your
reading
goal.
books, both in Arabic and English until I finished. I was halfway there in translating the whole book.
Allah,
and
that's great.
just when I was there, the book came out already translated.
Alhamdulillah,
But
brother.
it
You
was
got your
all-
thawab, you got your
yeah,
deeds. So don't worry
but
about this.
It's all right. It's
inshallah.
all right. It's all right. But it's useful. It was beneficial for me before it is for anyone else.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So that's what I did. I saw a lot of wrong ideas. So I was thinking how to make that right. And the only thing I thought about is Huda TV, because it's the only channel that is speaking in English about Islam
Yes,
in Egypt.
yes.
So I went online, searched for it, and there it is.
Yeah, great.
So,
and 2 points I wanted to mention. You said Huda TV is only give us the venue to do this. So I
Exactly.
know sometimes as Muslims we argue and we discuss theological issues and we backbite and we bicker and stuff. But at the end of the day, I hope this channel continues to move on because it gives us a platform to share this stuff.
Yeah.
Number 2, brother, give the viewers the name of the book so they can.
The name of the book is The Signs of the Hour, Minor and Major. The Signs of the Hour, Signs of the Judgment Day, Minor and Major.
Written by?
In both categories, minor and major. It doesn't have to be a short time, There might be a long way. Example, for instance, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that I and the hour are sent like these two, and it means that his prophethood and his death is one of the signs.
Right, right.
And still, there's like 14,000
already.
years.
Yeah, right.
1,400 years. So
Yeah, thank you, brother.
it doesn't mean that it should be a short time. It might be a long time. It's a book written by Dr. Muhammad Al-Arafi and translated by Dar es Salaam in Saudi.
Great, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's go to this brother right here. Go ahead, man.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum brother.
Rahmatullah.
Nice to have you,
I'm
brother.
in
Go
the
ahead.
yes, I feel quite old with everyone else. I'm 27.
Great.
I'm here with my family. I have a degree in business studies that I got in UK.
Great.
And I'm here, inshallah, I want to start studying Islam in Arabic at Al-Azhar. Whilst I was in UK, I was involved in da'wah. I was the emir or the leader of da'wah in my masjid, in which, alhamdulillah, maybe every week there was someone accepting Islam. Sometimes after Jummah, 2-3 people come and accept Islam. So, like I said, at the moment I'm here with my wife, my children.
Great.
Want them to learn as well, inshallah. Then we will go back and try to improve Islam and Muslims in
Yeah.
London, inshallah.
Great, thank you for sharing that. So just this, if I could briefly mention, before you came here, you had a goal, perhaps graduating college, and you did that. You took your degree.
Yeah.
Now you became Muslim. Perhaps your goals has changed. So now you're telling me you've traveled all the way to this country in order to learn your religion, to learn Arabic language, and then to return to share that message with the people in the UK. So that is your goal, and now you've taken many steps to achieve that.
Yeah, I think definitely after Islam, my goals became a bit more community based, whereas before it's just, you know, everyone just wants to get a job and make money and just think about themselves. But I think with Islam and you know, you get more of a community based goal. Obviously, you need to support yourself and your family, but you're thinking more of the community at large and improving things in that regard. So definitely a big blessing in that.
Yeah, thank you, brother. If I could just, you know, maybe we can talk about that. What were your goals perhaps 5 years ago, and what are your goals today? Because if I look at my goals, I'm 31. Okay, if I look at my goals, say when I was 25, 6 years ago, my goal at that time was, you know, buy the latest Jordan shoes, get the latest jacket, and you know, I thought that was really serious. That was what I was serious about that. I thought that was. So thank God, thank Allah, he guided me, because now I look back at that and I look what a waste of time that was. So let's talk about how our goals changed, and how perhaps how your goals changed from where you are now to compared to 5 years ago or something.
Okay, like basically I would say, alhamdulillah, like raised from a Islamic environment, our family. There is a big goal for every Muslim in this life, to like satisfy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and live our lives as Allah wants us to live it. Then comes like the normal and small goals to achieve this goal.
Yes.
With the intention. So I was about like 5 years ago, I would say.
How old are you, 17?
Yeah.
Like 17, right? You're 23?
17, yeah. I'm 21.
Okay, so then you were, okay, let's say you were 16, yeah.
Yeah, I was 16. Okay, that was like high school.
Yeah.
I wanted to achieve good grades to have like enter the university. I wanted to improve my English. I've taken lots of courses and classes in several places, and to acquire Islamic knowledge.
Great.
Yeah, to be able to enter this section, which like I found out like this is my passion. Islamic studies is very important, and to deliver and convey the message of Islam to the rest of the world is something that we urgently need that nowadays.
Yeah, thank you.
And with English language and English skills and communication skills and presentation skills, all these stuff, I try to attend several things like what Abdullah just mentioned. I'm honored to be one of the members of this team.
He's part of my team.
Yes.
Honored, buddy.
I'm honored.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'm a member of the academic team.
Mhm.
I'm trying to teach English. I'm trying to pursue things that we train ourselves. Like every one of the members has a specific skillful part.
Right.
Mhm.
So like we're training ourselves.
Great.
So nowadays I'm like, alhamdulillah, I'm here like in Huda Tv. That's a good thing to achieve, and I'm working on improving this to be a professional thing.
Yeah, great.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I like what you're saying, basically, that you had some goals. And like you said 5 years ago, I wanted to improve my English. I wanted to get into the university, and you achieved it
Mhm.
because you took some steps. You
Alhamdulillah.
took classes. So I think it's important that we have to remind ourselves and the viewers. If you set a goal for yourself, and then you have to take action and
Mhm.
take
Put
the,
it into action.
Yeah, put it into action, because
Mhm.
otherwise, I know a lot of kids are used to playing PlayStation, sitting at home and
I'm
watching
playing
Yeah.
PlayStation too.
play PS2 or whatever. You know, so we have to take an action. Go ahead, brother. I want you to talk
Exactly.
about what were your goals 4 or 5 years ago, and how have they changed over time?
But before this, like, you know, when I say like knowing your goal is like part of knowing your personality, knowing yourself. Like you
Great
should make
point.
like something called SWOT analysis. It's so like easy and so like kind of famous. SWOT, like, you know, S, like, you know, for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and like, you know, and like threatens like threats to you and all these things. You should know like who you are.
Yeah.
What can you do in this life? What are like the good things? Like what can you do in this? What can you do? Like trying to improve yourself as like here, spread your skills. We're trying to know like your skill, improve it, and then try to spread it. Because like the best thing like to like acquire knowledge, like to teach it, and then like you get more knowledge. I'll tell you something about me. Wallahi, like 5 years ago, like when I was like 18, I was like 18. Yeah, I'm 23 now. It was like my first year of college, and like
19
you know.
now.
I was 19, or no, 19, 18, whatever. Like, I was young. So the point is, like, I had, like, you know, I have for sure, like, as you said, like big vision, and like like which is like try to do something to improve this ummah, try to improve this nation, for like try to be like part of like a seed or like something like we can like revive or like ourselves again. And then like they changed like alhamdulillah after like traveling to America. I had like this like should improve myself and like try to be a good translator, good interpreter and all these things. And then when I traveled to America, when I deal with the Muslim community there, like with the non-Muslims, I discovered that like I have like other skills that can kind of reach me like to kind of more people, speak with more people. I became the MSA president of the Muslim Association at my college there. I tried like to speak here, like to bring the students from here, like to speak about Islam, teach Arabic, do this and this and this and this. I found myself and I found like like I have like more goals. I can do more. So like goals change. You understand me?
Right,
Like
yeah.
it should be one thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us like something, like everyone is unique here.
Good point.
But your duty, your responsibility is to find what can you do, what are you good at, and try to improve this, and develop it, and try to spread it.
Thank you, brother.
That was like spread your skills, the name came from this one.
You guys, before I get to you guys, inshallah, we're going to take a short break, okay?
All right.
You guys at home, stay tuned. We're talking about goals, setting goals, and how to reach your goals and obtain your goals, you guys. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We will be right back. Assalamu alaikum, you guys. Welcome back to Let's Talk. We're talking about setting goals and obtaining your goals. Very important, especially for the youth, you guys. You have to set a goal and try your best to reach it and take the proper steps to take action and to reach your goal. And we heard from some of our guests about the goals that they had to improve their language skills, to get accepted to good universities. Truly great goals. Let's go now to my left, Brother Yasser. I want you to talk about some goals that you've had in the past. I know you traveled to around the world, truly, studying Islamic studies in English. You traveled to India. I know you're also a martial arts student of martial arts.
That's right.
So talk about some of your goals, just in general in life, and how did you obtain your goals? How did you reach your goals? And also, what are some goals that you haven't reached yet?
Well, first of all, I'll start with when I was 15, I had the beating of my life by some guys. So that's when I had to learn how to defend myself. So
Okay.
I went to learn how to, actually it was kickboxing. And that was
Kickboxing.
back in Kuwait. So it was a nice time. I learned like really good, and went out, and it got me in a lot of trouble, but it's good, it's useful.
Self-defense.
Actually, it gives you more confidence to yourself, confidence that even when you are in some kind of trouble, you'll just back out because you already know what's going to happen.
Right, which is?
So, whatever you think.
Right. You feel confident in yourself.
That's right. So it was beneficial, actually. So that was my first goal, which I achieved right away. It didn't take time. So, of course, you have to keep practicing on and on. The second one was English, just the language, and that's what I did when I was in India. I hope I was there because it got me in a job and another job, and it was successful. It was good. So that's when I knew that the second one is done.
Yeah.
It's gone. So actually, my next goal is to learn 5 languages and to take the championship of the world by the time
In
I'm 30.
kickboxing.
By the time I'm 30.
Okay, now,
So it should happen before 30 years old.
how old are you now?
22 still.
Oh, you're young. Okay. For
Yes,
kickboxing, you mean?
For 5
Self-defense.
languages.
Oh, 5
5
oh.
languages and for martial arts.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, Islamic studies, that's something, it is something with you all the time, no matter what are your other goals. It is the basic. The others
Yes.
are
That way
just
it's
side
like
ones.
the
That's right.
Yeah.
So I should do it before I turn 30 years old. Inshallah, I'll be able to do it.
So what you're saying, no matter what you do in life, Islamic studies is like your course.
Exactly. That's before anything else, Islamic studies. And that's what my father was telling me. He was like, hey, yes, whatever you want to do, it's your life. But Islamic studies, that's number one.
Yeah, great.
Never back that. So
I want to ask you real quick before I go to you, brother, about the language skills.
that's right.
How do you improve your language? What was the main thing? Just by speaking with people, or by reading books in Arabic and
No,
in English, or what do you do?
language, school actually never teaches you anything about languages, and that's a fact. We all agree on that. Language, you can learn language by just one thing: practice,
Subhanallah.
practicing and practicing. So if my father was telling me, hey, it's time to go for French, I was like, even if I went for a course in French, that'll all be just in vain. Why? Because there are no French people here, so
Yeah, you won't be
I'm
able to
gonna-
practice.
Exactly, you have to practice it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
without practice, no improvement.
exactly.
Okay. And just real, real quickly, and in India, you picked up some language skills as well.
A little bit of Hindi.
Like,
so
can you say
it's a
something?
combination of Hindi and Urdu.
Good.
Like you can say, "Mera naam Yasir hai," or "Aapka naam kya hai?"
What does it mean?
It means like "Mera," my. Naam is driven from the word name,
Yeah.
and naam hai. Hai is like is, what is.
Your name.
Exactly. And "Aapka" is for like you, but in a respect way,
Oh,
in a
okay.
respectful way.
Great.
If you will look down to someone, you'll be like, tumhara naam kya hai?
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
like, yeah.
Well, okay, and one more question about the martial arts, because this is the big
Tell me.
goal. So everybody wants to be a tough guy and be able to do self-defense, do martial arts, but this takes like physical training. So how often did you have to go to the center? How long did you take? How many times, hours a week did you spend practicing? Tell us about the physical struggle to reach this goal.
Well, at least you have to go for around 3 times a week, 2 hours each, 2 hours 3 times a week.
And what do you do when you?
Practicing hands and legs. Depends on the type of the sport that you do. Actually, what improves the strength of your body is swimming, and that's what is in Islam. You have to
Right.
swim because it strengthens the leg. It strengthens your leg like
Muscle in
big
the
time.
body, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Becomes so powerful because you're hitting the water with your leg
Right. Right.
while you swim. So it strengthens
Yeah.
the leg big time. So practice and one more thing, practice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
And you've been doing this from the age of 15 to 22.
The age of 15, that's right. Yeah, 20. I stopped when I
Okay.
was 20.
Okay.
I stopped when I first came to Egypt because it's a rush here. Busy life.
Right.
just-
Right. And you have enough to defend yourself, and
That's right. I
yeah.
already learned, so I kind of keep that for myself. But when I'm all alone at home, I have a punching bag and I just sit.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Now let's change the topic here, because you had mentioned you actually began this time around. But let's advise people a young person who's going to set some goals. But that's also, we have to define what type of goals should we set. So when you're young, you have different interests. Maybe you want to do business, you want to make money, or you want to do other things that maybe are not Islamically permissible, we can say. So what are some standards or some things that you can advise kids to do, youth, with regards to setting goals? What type of goals are worthy to obtain, and what type of things should they be staying away from?
I think definitely when we're looking at goals, we need to look at goals which are halal, obviously. We need to divulge any further into that. And as far as halal goals are concerned, then you can do absolutely
Right.
anything. I mean, you may want to go to university,
Right.
which is a noble goal. But I think beyond that, we need to look at goals that don't just benefit us and our families, but our communities at large.
Right.
Rather than having, you may have have a whole area where you have accountants and doctors and what have you.
Right.
But if they're not sharing none of that, and if no one is actually benefiting from their service, then
Right.
it's just it becomes very difficult for people. So I think definitely we need to look at goals which embody, if you like, dunya and akhirah. So
Okay.
we're making a living, but at the same time we're
Right.
making a living in akhirah.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So a good example, in some countries, you may have families who, let's say, they have this a lot in the Asian subcontinent, where you have families, let's say they have 3 children. The 2 smartest ones may be a doctor and a lawyer, and the child that ain't as bright, they
As
might say,
a-
okay, you go and learn
Yeah, that's
Quran, you go and,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so, and then when we look at Islam today and we
Right.
question, why don't we have enough scholars that
that's
are,
right.
Yeah.
That's what
this
we
is the
lack.
reason why, because
Yeah.
we kind of give sometimes Islamic knowledge
Backseat.
it's a
Exactly.
backseat, and it's not as important,
Right.
but we can mix the two.
Especially in Egypt, like the high school thing, when you get like the grades and stuff like this, if you get like 50, like above, like 50, 55, 60, you go
Yeah.
like to Islamic studies things like in Arabic.
Yeah.
If you get like 90, I got 93, I got like an English translation. Like if you get like 95, I go to engineering, and 97, 96, like
And if you
Come
fail,
on.
you go to the police.
yeah.
I'm just joking. But hey, I want to ask you, brother, what if someone says to me, you know what? What if someone says, I want to become an engineer? What's wrong with that? I want to become a doctor.
Yeah, become a doctor,
Yeah, yeah.
become an engineer. It's not
Okay.
a problem at all. But at the same time, just remember that you still have a duty towards your religion, and you still have a duty
Right,
to
yeah,
help
yeah.
Muslims all over the world. It's like
Yeah, right.
for example, a lot of doctors. For example, in Turkey, they're sending a lot of doctors and engineers to Somalia to help redevelop and help out the situation. And these are things that we should be thinking about as well, rather than I'm going to become a doctor, get some money, buy a car, and then die.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like it's really beautiful when you see the people work really hard and spend 10 years, you know, becoming like a medical practitioner, and then, alhamdulillah, he's wealthy, but he always takes time to like serve the Muslim Ummah, like go to, I recently saw on the news there was a doctor killed in Syria who was from London.
They're from London,
and he was a doctor, and he went over there to do what? To work for free to help the people. So this is the point, you know, you can do whatever you want. You can become an engineer, doctor, but don't ever forget the cause, right?
Actually, it does. It's not something that cannot be combined together. Matter of fact, I had a friend back when I was in India. He was around 50 years old, and he had 2 kids. You know, both of them are in medical school, and he's a surgeon himself. My friend, he's a doctor. He's a surgeon, and each day, man, if you look at the way he's living his life, it's amazing. How the way he combines both of them together at the same time.
Exactly.
You know, whenever a patient enters him, hey, what's wrong with you? Okay, are you praying? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Okay, he's getting you to the religion side. Even at one point, matter of fact, he's the one who introduced me to Jama Masjid in India.
Oh, great.
So he took me to this place, and I was amazed at him, by the way.
It's a really good thing when you have like when your passion is exactly
right.
like your study and exactly your like kind of volunteer work. So like you love this and you study it, you gain more knowledge and become like unique in this. At the same time you volunteer like a doctor. He loves like practicing all
each day after Asr prayer or namaz as they call it there. So each day after Asr namaz, he used to gather all the people who worked in a hospital, and the same hospital is his, by the way. It belongs to him. He's a wealthy man. Can you believe that? I mean, it's amazing how you can remain a good Muslim while you're an awesome doctor. You're the top one in the capital of India. I mean, that's something big, and you still remain a righteous example for others.
Yeah, of course. Like, go ahead.
He gathered them in after every namaz, after Asr namaz, especially Asr namaz, because they're all there. No one is, you know. So, and then after prayer, he would get these books about Sunnah and Hadith. And then I would sit right next to him, and he would read it in Hindi, and then in English, and then in Arabic.
Allah, Egyptian guy?
The Hindi guy.
Oh,
the Indian guy.
yeah, it's
By
cool.
the way, okay, you reminded me of a good point. He taught himself Arabic by himself. No one taught him that.
That's cool.
He never went to school. He's 50. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
He's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
So, it was
I think you mentioned an important point, and the fact is that sometimes we think that if you want to do something Islamic, it has to be completely, you know, devoid of any fun, or you're not going to make no money from it.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know, I was
they always say it's for the sake of Allah, so I can't take it.
You know, I was just talking with my friend the other day on Facebook, and he put on Facebook, you know, I need to live my life more Islamically, and by that he meant he needs to go to the masjid and attend lessons. And I was saying to him, you know, as long as you're working a halal job, and you're trying to, you know, progress, and you do want to go to the lessons, but you can't because of work. I mean, that's halal, that's Islamic in itself. And if you look at the Sahaba, and the ones that were recorded in the Hadith were the young guys. You know, the old ones were in the field working.
Yeah, right.
You know, the young guys that were recording and spending their nights. But the older ones, they were the ones that were in the field working, doing business. So there's no separation. You know what I mean? So you need to lose that concept that, you know, if I'm working, I'm not being Islamic because you are. You just need to try to use those skills.
Thank you, brother. That's a great point.
Something else, like, you know, like we like, as I told you like before, like we the Muslim youth have been told, like, you know, you should like have fun when you're young. Totally have fun and practice Islam when you're older, because Islam, like, you know, like you just go fast, pray, do this and this and this. No, wallah, I told the guys, like, you know, in the car, like, you know, I love the Huda Tv. Why? Because like we're doing something here beneficial. At the same time, we're having fun here with, like, you know, everyone. Yeah, you're living like, you know, both. Perfect Islamic life.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
It's so much fun. You're spending time doing this and this and this.
In addition to what he says, he said, like Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, like used to beat those people who was like used to stay in the masjid and not working, because he's not beneficial to the ummah. Like a Muslim should be beneficial to the ummah and should be in connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's both things. It's like a bird with 2 wings. He can't fly with 1 wing. So like unfortunately nowadays the Muslim ummah is in a coma, and we need all of us to participate in that uprising.
Yeah, of course.
I have to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do my duties, my Islamic duties, my worship, and at the same time be a beneficial person to the community.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the Islam did not only like obligate us for serving the ummah, but also serving the whole world, the
Yeah.
whole humanity. That's
Exactly.
a big goal of Muslims in their lives.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead.
Yeah, like actually, like like the Islamic Ummah is like one body. Like when like some like have pain in here, like for instance, all of us like we need to take care of this and like see what they want, what they need. You need knowledge, like we should educate ourselves, we should do that. And here comes like the importance of vision and mission. What's the vision? What's the mission? Vision is like what you want, what you want to be. And mission is how you will achieve this. Vision is like I want to be like the best like translator or like Islamic preacher, for instance, like after like 5 or 10 years, like the best like martial arts, like like practice or like the best boxer ever or anything. The mission is how put goals like like I will exercise like all the steps, goals, like objectives, all these things.
Exactly.
Like I will like practice like 3 times a week, like 2 hours each. I will do this and this and this. Vision and mission. What do you want to be? And how?
How to apply. How
Like
to
they're like totally confused. No, have like a pen and paper. I'm like, right here. Vision, I would like to be this. How? Ask, seek advice from him. Like from Malik, from like from Ilyas, from Yasser, from like anyone.
That's by the way, that's the problem of our time here, especially with the youth. The youth are the most dangerous bullet ever. By the way.
Why?
Why? Because they got so much energy.
Yeah.
And they just
Focused.
Wasted.
Yeah, it's
they're
not
just-
focused. They can't
man,
channel
it's,
it.
It's really, I get really sad about it. It's so depressing because you'd find a guy with a lot of energy, but it's all for waste. It's all gone to waste. First of all, you have to put your priorities, set your priorities straight. Know what you want. Write them down. Write them down as points. What I want. Okay,
Yeah.
first thing. Second thing. Okay, how to achieve them?
Yeah.
Put some time. Put a limit. Put some time as a limit. So when you can achieve them.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone look down to you and be like, okay, man, you're not going to do it. You will do it.
Yes.
You
Inshallah.
can do
Thank
it.
you. Great
Inshallah,
point.
you have to do it. No one can stop you, by the way. It's your ability.
Exactly.
You made a good point, by the way, when you said Allah has, is destined for everyone. The strength of every man is, you don't lack any intelligence. If you have anything that is missing, no, for sure that Allah has made it up in some other
Hey,
thing.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We have
And
to take this
Muslims are so different from any other people, because if we are only successful people in practical life, like abandoning Islam, we're not successful. Because you're to be a successful Muslim if you were successful in your practical life alongside with your
Islam.
Islamic life.
Barakallahu feek, brother.
Yeah, because Umar ibn Khattab said, نحن قوم أعزنا الله بالإسلام. We are honored by Islam, both in life and
Right.
afterlife.
Absolutely.
If we abandon this,
Right.
we're not going to achieve our goals.
Thank
So,
you.
like keeping in Islamic principles,
Yeah.
ethics, morals,
Yeah.
alongside with a successful life is a Muslim.
Barakallahu feek. Thank you,
Yeah.
brother. Certainly appreciate it. You guys want to take a short break? You guys stay tuned for more Let's Talk. We'll be right back. You guys, welcome back to Let's Talk. Thank you for staying tuned. You guys send me an email, talk@huda.tv. Support us on Facebook, YouTube. You guys know our social media contacts, so please take advantage of that in order to communicate together, and we can hear what you have to say and implement your suggestions, inshallah. We're talking about goals, you guys, improving your goals, setting goals for yourself. I remember reading a book by Dr. Zaghloul Najjar, who did a show for us, Quran and Science. And this is a great example of what you guys were saying, right? When you have a field of study, and whatever you do in your life, whatever field you get into, but you never lose your Islamic compass,
That's right.
right? Because now Dr. Zaghloul did this book about like geology and stuff and science in the Quran, and he did a show for us.
I read this. It's
Right.
awesome.
It's great. So maybe we can talk about that. Also we did an episode of book review with, I believe, Dr. Ahmed Abdulaziz. He studied soil. Okay, he studies soil and how it works in soil vibration. What he explained to me, and he bring an ayah from the Quran who explains this.
Inshallah.
So in any event, people are using their fields, their scientific fields, and they are still working for the sake of Allah. So how important is it to do that? And how much have we benefited from people that do that? People that study a secular field, general knowledge, and then they somehow put it together with Islam.
They show the whole world that Islam is relevant to everything, every aspect in life.
Good point. Yeah.
And before any worldly goal, we should know why we were created. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I have not created jinn and mankind except they worship me. So working and being a successful Muslim in practical life with the same time, I keep my intention that I'm worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by doing this. That's the goal.
Right.
So those people have done this. They have studying sciences, geology, anything, engineering, medicine, and they're keeping in mind that I'm gonna worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by this science.
Yeah.
So when they're gonna apply it, they will go to the doctor, as he says, and he's a physician, and say, practice to be better, and say like Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah,
Right, yeah.
and yeah. So
Feels good.
you're linking every detail of your life with Islam, because
Right.
Islam is a comprehensive way of life.
Right. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
President. Appreciate it.
Mashallah.
Well, Abdullah, what if go ahead?
I would love to say like religion, Islam like doesn't like kind of prevent you or a problem for you like for science. Like as we see, like
Yeah,
like
having
this
fun.
like kind of contradicts like the
Yes.
science and all this. No. Islam helps you. And like after like 1400 years, like they're proving something. Dudes, we know this like like 400 years ago. I would love to say one thing. If you don't know where are you going, you're going anywhere. Unfortunately, some young youth like like they're graduates now like or something like this, and like you just like go sales, and then like go like telesales, and then like go in HR, and then like go to their field, and then go like something else.
Right.
After like kind of this period, like 8 years, 10 years, the same like the peers or like your like co-worker or like something like this will be like kind of improved. He knows like where you're going. So like now he's not going anywhere because like you're coming from here. Like changing all these things is good for sure. Like to know your passion, to know what you're good at. But at the same time, you should know and decide like beforehand. Like put your goal, put your eyes on the prize. Always put your eyes on the prize. I always say this.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Don't go. Sometimes people say we're going nowhere fast, so we don't want to be
Yeah.
like that. And I forgot to mention the doctor from Al Azhar University here. Very nice man. He studied soul vibration, and he bring the 5th verse of Surah Al-Hajj. Okay, and he said like soul vibration is like a 4 or 5 part process. He's explained it, and then he bring it from this ayah and it explains this process. So it's amazing. So he used his skill as a I don't know what you call him, like a botanist or something, and he used it hand in hand. So this is a beautiful thing. I think it's very important, to do so.
Actually, there was a doctor, a man. He came out from Alexandria, from Sporting, exactly, in Alexandria, a place called Sporting. This man is named Ibrahim al-Fiqi. May Allah have peace on him. He's a great man. He's a wonderful man. He's a leading man in human development resources. Actually, when he left out as a very poor man, just with his wife. They got nothing actually. So they had $1,000. All they had. They were going to Canada, so they went on transit in Holland before they kept going to Canada.
Right.
So in Holland, what happened is that he saw a clock that he liked. So he bought 2, one for him and one for his wife. So his wife was like, we don't have enough money. You spent all the money that we had. So he was like, if we went to Canada with this $1,000 I have in my pocket, all we do is just stay in a motel or whatever, and we'll spend it. And I'm not going to look for a job. I have to look for a job. I have to motivate myself to look for a job. So,
Yeah, right.
so he spent the money, and that's what happened. He went there in the same day. So basically, all his lectures, even when you watch his lectures, you'd be amazed of the way he links this science to Islam.
Yeah. Based
It's
on Islam.
amazing.
There is a book called like Enjoy Your Life, Muhammad Arifi, Samda
Yeah.
Hayatak. This book is amazing. We have everything in Islam, by the way.
Yeah.
Everything in Islam. People like kind of go like just like Kavi or like Tony Robbins or all those people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like this is so
Or
awesome.
they do yoga in the park.
Just read your history. Yeah, read your history. Read the Islamic like history and all these things, like the biography of the Prophet, of his companions, all these. And you found like leadership. You found like management skills. You found like sales skills. You found marketing. Everything in Islam. Just like go dig and like search. I'll tell you something. I'll put this like on ourselves because like we should modernize or like kind of keep it simple for the youth. I mean, like we as youth, we know like the languages and stuff and all these things, or maybe like scholars of Islam, they should make it simple for youth. I'm sorry, but like someone like me, for instance, like he's not like good on Arabic, for instance. He should like kind of read something not like hard to be understood. All these things. Like, keep it easy and like try to extract like from the Islamic like history, Islamic like heritage, like Muhammad Arifi. I love it.
That's right.
I was really crying, literally crying when I was finishing this book. Why? Because like it gives me a lot to do about like how to deal with people, how to deal with myself, how to deal with God and everything.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
Problem
really
is, brother, is that
Yeah, seriously in English too. Yeah.
The problem is some people actually they will look they won't be able to relate. So when Dr. Ibrahim al-Fay said was mentioning all these new science, it was new. Actually, he's one of the top leaders in this business, in this whole thing, in the world, in the whole world. By the way, in Arabic, French, and English, 3 languages. Lectured them on all of them. So people, they did not accept his way or his style in relating Islam to this science. So they were like, this is not in Islam, how can you bring this in Islam? It is in Islam. Islam teaches you how to improve yourself, how to be a better man,
way of
how
life.
to exactly. So science, Quran, when Quran came, it came all the signs that are mentioned in Quran are mentioned there just for one reason. It's because a scientist, no one beside a scientist would know a fact. So when you find this fact written in a book, only Allah knows it. He created the universe, so He knows everything, all about this.
Of course,
Got
Actually, like, إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء, like the people who are like of knowledge and the scholars,
right.
they are more afraid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than anyone, because like they know like how like mighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how mighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how like great
they can appreciate it.
like in
It's
all
all
these
related.
Yeah, thank you.
It's all linked.
Yeah, thank you. As far as people said to me, by the way, how will you benefit viewers? You're not like a sheikh. You don't have any ilm. They said if people see you with the beard and smiling and just enjoying your life, people maybe can see, hey, it's not. You can have fun, set goals, work hard, and enjoy life, and not be this rigid person who everything is haram and this sort of thing. So I think that's important to keep in mind as well. What about people that say, okay, I've reached my goal.
Look for another one.
Yeah, keep going.
Don't stop.
Right.
Go
So
for another
never
one.
settle, right?
Yeah,
Like someone might say, hey, you reach your goal, you speak English now, or you've mastered martial arts. What do you think, brother? Should you set more goals? Should you set your goals so they're so difficult so you can never reach them and become disappointed? Or if you set it too easy, then you achieve it and you don't really feel satisfied? Talk about that.
Goals are relative to every individual. Everyone has separate goals that they need to achieve in their life, but there should never be any point in anyone's life where they just have no goals to achieve. I mean, look at the world today. How could you
of course
look at the news and not have any goals? I mean, it's not even on a global level, on a local level, whatever country you're in. I mean, no country is just in a state of bliss. So there's definitely things that need to be addressed. There might be something like, economic issues or social issues or drug issues or, the children aren't learning. I mean, there's so many things that have to be solved. And like I said, and this all comes down to if our goals are based on community issues rather than individual ones.
Yeah.
Individually, again, our goals will never ever end. I think the danger comes in when a person doesn't have any goals. That's when it's very, very dangerous. Allah told us فَقَصَصِ الْقَصَصَ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ, to relate the stories that they might reflect. And if you look at this is from this country, Musa Islam and his people, one of the biggest downfalls or one of the worst characteristics that they had was just a lack of ambition. They were slaves before.
That's right.
Fir'aun was killing the babies, letting the women live.
They never thought about leaving, actually.
They never thought about leaving. They never ever thought. And when they did leave,
they wanted to come
they
back.
were getting food from paradise, and they complaining that they want to have
different flavors.
the old,
whatever.
thing, the garlic and the stuff from before. And
they
they leave this land of bondage and slavery, and they're told to enter into Palestine. And they say, no, you and your Lord go and fight. We're going to stay here. And because of their mentality, because of their lack of goal and ambition, Allah made them walk for, 40 years in the wilderness until this generation dies away, and then a new generation comes that actually have a mindset. We're going to enter to Palestine, we're going to live as Muslims. So really, a person without goals, they just leave themselves open for fitna, temptation, and
That's right. Good point.
failure.
Actually,
failure.
destroying yourself. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's so easy like this. Like if you fail to plan for your life, you are planning for your failure at the end. As you said, like if you have your goals and all these things, you're going anywhere. And like you find yourself like with nothing at the end. No achievements, nothing to proud to be of. Like I'm 60, hello, I'm 60 years old. What's your title? What you're doing in this life? What you achieved? So this is like Mustafa Mahmoud, like this is a great writer. He said like maybe it's right or wrong, but like in general, he said like if you didn't add something to your life, like you're just like nothing. You're just like living for nothing.
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
Even for yourself, no.
Great point. And I want to add, when I graduated college, I was a Muslim, and I graduated and everything, but I had no self-confidence to go into the workplace, basically, right? Maybe a lot of people feel like that. Like, as you know, you just graduated, you don't have any experience, so you feel like, oh, I can't succeed, I can't do it, and then you just feel it's not good, right? But then when I became Muslim, and I wanted to say this because so all the people at home really feel this, really put your reliance on Allah. Prepare yourself the best that you can. Have faith that you can do it, and rely on Allah, and go for it.
Mhm.
That's what I say. What do you guys think?
I would say, like the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if you are relying on Allah, you would do the best of you that you can. So I would not say I'm relying on Allah and just don't do anything.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's the opposite.
Tired.
If I'm relying on Allah, I trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would do my best. And then I would say, Allah, I did my best, please help me. So, like as you said, preparing ourselves to workplace and marketing and all this stuff is all the youth should do. Most I would say most Egyptians, because I live in an Egyptian society, the youth think like, I study and I do nothing besides studying. And when I graduate, I will start looking for a job,
Yeah.
which is not true.
That's right.
So bad.
You have to have some experience, you have to train yourself, that's exactly the main reason we started like Spirit Skills.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
You have to start taking courses, training yourself.
Before
even like,
graduation.
If I'm teaching English,
Mhm.
I'm teaching English to gain experience, to help other people,
Right.
and then I'll graduate as like I taught English
Yeah.
for
You have
2
the
3 years.
experience now.
Yeah.
Because people like need someone like who's like recently graduated with experience. How
Yeah, of
come?
course.
No, they are right, by the way. How? Because like they do volunteer work or like they do like charity work, all these things. This improves yourself. If someone like Yusuf came to me like he's like fresh graduate or like he'd been teaching for like 3 or 2 years, dude, I will take him. Because
Right,
people like think like, oh wait, no, I will just like graduate first and then I will start searching for a job or improving myself. It takes like 2 or 3 years.
Then
and
you
so
hit a
have
dead end.
like
Yeah.
ahwa, like cafes, like
Yeah,
people sending
yeah.
out on the day.
Sidewalk
Why?
cafes.
Yeah, sidewalk cafes and all these things. Start from now, improve yourself. This is the time like you have no responsibilities now, no family, no this and this and this and this and this and this. So like start from now, improving yourself.
And we're going to end it on that note, man. Thank you for
Inshallah.
that.
Thank
Very
you so
positive note
much.
to end on. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I look forward to
Inshallah.
seeing you guys next time. And at home, you guys, thank you for watching Let's Talk. I certainly appreciate your time. I certainly hope this is a beneficial program. And as always, don't forget to support Huda TV and send us your feedback via the social media mediums that we have for you. So until next time, if there's next time, inshallah, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.